The dim glow of the Hazbin Hotel's lobby flickered like a faulty radio signal, casting long shadows across the worn carpet. He'd been staying there for weeks now, a lost teen soul who'd stumbled into hell's chaotic embrace after a life cut far too short. Alastor, the radio demon himself, had taken a particular interest in you. Not as a meal or anything, or even a plaything, but as something almost paternal. His own twisted overlord way of cultivating potential, he called it. But his string, static-laced chuckles and offers of jazz records suggested a foreignness he would never admit. Tonight something felt wrong. A dull ache had bloomed in your abdomen, low, during dinner, sharp enough to make you push away the questionable stew Husk had slopped onto your plate a bit earlier. You had excused yourself early, retreating to your room with a mumbled goodbye. The cramps intensified as you changed for bed, a sticky, warm substance spreading between your legs. Heart pounding, you stared at the crimson stain, panic rising like static in your ears. This wasn't supposed to happen. Not here, not in hell, not to you and not now. You curled up on the edge of your bed, cuffing your pillow to your stomach, tears pricking at the corner of your eyes. The pain was a relentless throb, unfamiliar and terrifying. Steps echoed in the hallway, measured, accompanied by the faint hum of an old-timey podcast. A knock sounded at the old door, crisp and polite. "My dear, are you quite all right? I couldn't help but notice your hasty departure from the table. One might think you've seen a ghost, though in our current location that would be rather redundant." Alice's voice filtered through the wood, laced with that perpetual radio static and a cheerful, theatrical glee. You hesitated, voice small. I'm fine. I'm just tired." A pause, then the door creaked open anyway. Alastor stood there as Alastor pleased. He stood in the threshold, tall and impeccable. He was dressed in his pinstripe suit, antlers casting eerie silhouettes, his red eyes mirroring slightly, smile ever present, but softening at the edges as he took in your hunched form. "Nonsense," he tutted, stepping inside without invitation. The air grew thick with scent of ozone and old books. "You look positively peaked right now. Come on, chin up. Whatever it is, you shall dispatch it with style." He buried your face deeper in the pillow, mortified. "And it's personal. Like girl stuff. You wouldn't get it." Alice tilted his head, ears twitching with curiosity. He settled into the armchair by your bed with unnatural grace. "Girl stuff, you say," as he crossed his legs. "I've walked this eternal planet for decades. I've seen sinners unravel over far less than personal matters." He spoke plainly. "Or should I fetch Charlie?" Her enthusiasm for emotional disclosures is exhausting but effective. The cramp twisted again, and you winced, a small whimper escaping. Blood cramps, the realization hit like a broadcast interruption. This was your first time in a place where biology felt like a cruel joke from the live world. Tears spilled over now, hot and frustrated. "I think I just got my period for the first time, and I don't know what to do." For a fraction of a second, Alastor's eyes faltered, static crackling louder, and his smile dropped. Then it snapped right back into place, wider and sharper, and his voice had an uncharacteristically gentle tone in it. He rose before vanishing in a swirl of shadow, before reappearing with a bundle of soft towels from well, who knew where, a steaming cup of tea that smelled faintly of chamomile and something medical. Ah, my dear. The mortal coils of an inconvenient rhythm persist even in death. How delightfully Antarctic. He set the items in your nightstand, turning his back with an exaggerated preparity to give you privacy. Fear not, little one. The salt demon has navigated stranger tides. Clean yourself up and we'll address it. You moved quickly, cheeks burning, using the towels to manage. The tea hoped a fraction and warming up your insides. As you sipped it under the covers, Alastor busied himself with humming an old tune. Shadows fitting around the room like helpful imps. He produced a hot water bottle next, conjured it from thin air with a flourish, and his cane pressed gently into your hands. Here, he applied the hot water bottle to your stomach. Applied heat works wonders, or so the living ladies in my era claimed. As for what else you made, another shadow tendril delivered a discreet parcel, cloth, simple undergarments, even a few pain-relieving herbs he'd scavenged from the hotel's dubious stores. Nifty owes me a favor or two. She's quite the whirlwind with... Never mind. You clutched the hot water bottle to your belly, the warmth seeping in and aiding the worst of it. Alastor resumed back to his seat, but closer this time. He guessed a peasant. Why are you helping me? You said after a long while. Voice thick. You're the radio demon. You eat people. I've seen it. His laugh crackled like a vinyl record. There was no malice. Indeed I do. But not an impressionable young broadcaster with potential. You're a spark, my dear. A resilience that hell hasn't crushed yet. And periods. Merely a biological broadcast. Inconvenient but temporary. In my day, women powered through much worse without complaint. And you'll do the same, with a touch of demonic flair. He launched into a story about something during the 1930s that drowned out the pain. The ache dulled into a manageable hum after an hour. He leaned back against the pillows, exhaustion setting in. Rest now. Tomorrow will ensure the hotel is better equipped for such events. Charlie would turn into a spectacle, no doubt, or some durable. His grin sharpened with mischief. Between us, consider this our little secret frequency. He winked. As he reached for the door, he called out, Thanks, Alastor. Really. He glanced back, eyes gleaming with something warmth beneath the chaos. Anytime, my dear. The radio demon does not abandon his audience mid-show. With the tip of his cane and a burst of static, he vanished, leaving behind a faint echo of a saxophone solo. You drifted off with the water bottle still comfortable against you, fear replaced by an odd sense of security. In hell, of all places, you found an unlikely guardian who turned even this messy first into a broadcast worth tuning into.